Hello there, in this video I'm going to review this Bosch Serie 2 dishwasher. Rather feels like they missed the S off the end of that, but anyway, it's got a really long model number, and actually when I was researching dishwashers, this is something I found: extraordinary model numbers that make it very difficult to tell what you're actually buying. But anyway, I will leave a link to this particular model down below. Now this model cost me, in fact I've got the price here, this cost me £344 in total. That's including delivery. Well, actually delivery was free, VAT, and also a £25 discount. So I obviously had a voucher code for AO.com and decided that that was the cheapest place to buy this. Now I could have paid for fitting, but decided to fit it myself. I think it was about £40 fitting. I will go through the fitting in a moment. But first, Bosch, some of the most reliable dishwashers. My parents have got a Bosch dishwasher which they purchased from the previous owners of the house they bought, and it's been very reliable. It sounds good quality and it cleans the dishes. What more can you ask, really? So I decided to do the same thing, and rather than go super cheap like 200 and something or buy some dodgy brand, I spent a little bit more and bought the Bosch one, and I am mostly very happy with it. Let me explain. It's really easy to fit yourself. Because I had space for the plumbing, so I bought a little adapter for a few quid and screwed that on, and then this is the water inlet for the dishwasher. And then I bought this funny kind of waste pipe here, and I bought this thing for, you know, like another 5 quid, and put the waste pipe onto it. So, you know, it took me all of about 10 minutes to do. Obviously, if you haven't got those things easily available, you don't want to do it yourself, you have got the option of paying. And before anybody says, oh, it's going to start leaking, well, I've now had this dishwasher for 8 months, as it turns out, and it hasn't leaked once. Just to get one of the problems out of the way, the other day I noticed there was a small crack here, and now I look at it, the crack has actually got quite a bit worse. I mean, it's superficial, it's just this kind of top bit here. It'd be the heat and cooling that's done it, but it's a little bit unsightly. In terms of the front of the dishwasher, you've got a few buttons. I'll show you how to use them in a moment. You've got a little LED display. This is the compartment for putting your tablets in. It's pretty good. This is the compartment for rinse aid. The filter's down there, and that is the salt compartment. So I can't remember how many places this dishwasher is supposed to hold, but it's pretty standard, to be honest, and you can look at it down below. What I would say is, yeah, I've been able to fit in barbecues and breakfasts and dinners in here. I wish I'd maybe gone slightly bigger. If you got the option of getting a bigger one, possibly just do that. And I'm not super impressed with, maybe I'm just not using it properly, but say for example I want to wash this pan, and you're probably not supposed to put non-stick pans in here, I don't know. I just end up having to kind of rest it like that, which takes up a lot of space. It does get it clean, but anyway, this is removable. This is what you stick your cutlery in. It just goes there like that. It kind of slots into place. The top one, there we go. So you've got glasses around the edge. I only realised you're supposed to put glasses around the edge and not on these spikes in the middle when I read the manual, and the reason you're kind of supposed to put them at the edge is that then they're at an angle, and so water runs off the top of them, it doesn't collect in them. This is quite an important point for this dishwasher. When you shut it, in fact when I first got it, I used to just do that, and that was fine. Everything used to come out clean, and then all of a sudden, a couple of months ago during the summer, I realised that my dishes weren't coming out clean, and the capsule wasn't even melting or dissolving. As it turned out, I don't know if it's just expanded or, you know, got stiffer as time has gone on, but actually you do need to just push it in like that, otherwise it doesn't make the connection at the end there for the water to go through this spinning arm there. So this actually spins round, and it's how the water gets, you know, the water and detergent get sprayed onto your dishes. So you must push that in. This one isn't connected to a water pipe, it's kind of permanently connected, so you can't just slide that in, it doesn't matter. And then it's a case of putting your capsule in. So let me just show you. I buy these Fairy Platinum things. I mean, everything's gone up in price. When I bought this, it was 115 capsules for about 14 or 15 pounds. Maybe a little bit more now. I get one of those. To be honest, I put any old rinse aid in and cheap old salt. In fact, I got a great big bag of salt down there. But you mustn't put in non-dishwasher salt because it ain't the same thing. So put that in there. It's already got, well, I hope, rinse aid in. We'll find out in a moment. So if you shut that, turn it on. Right, so the Eco is 4 hours 30, which is a very long program, isn't it? But I never use that. I always use Auto. Intensive is really hot. I've never used that. Express is 1 hour. I've never used that either. I always use Auto. And then the only other options I use are half load if I haven't got much in there. And I would say what's in there is a half load. That only reduces it from 2 hours 10 to 2 hours. Don't really understand that. We would get little warnings at the top here if it was low on salt or rinse aid, which it obviously isn't. So it's okay to start. So let's just press start now. In terms of maintenance, I sometimes do a cycle with just a dishwasher tablet, but you can actually buy proper dishwasher cleaning tablets, which I think I may have to get at some point. To be honest, if you set the salt value right on the dishwasher, because you can change the amount of salt it uses depending on the water hardness in your area, then I don't think you're going to have any problems with lime scale. And, you know, if you wipe the seals around the edge of the dishwasher, which you're supposed to do every kind of 6 weeks or something, then also that helps to kind of stop it from smelling and keep it nice and clean. Just taking water in. You know, I would never be without a dishwasher. I absolutely hate standing at a sink washing dishes. Back hurts, you know, your hands get all grimy and soft. So I much rather load things into a dishwasher and if necessary, wash something in the dishwasher twice. And I think when it gets to temperature, you can sort of feel the warmth on the drawer there. And you get a little timer there, so you pop back every 10 minutes and see whether or not 2 hours has passed. I'll show you the dishwasher at the end when the dishes are complete. So approximately 2 and a bit hours have passed, maybe 2 hours 15 minutes. Feel it's kind of a little bit warm under this handle here. And when you open it up, oh yeah, there is quite a bit of steam in there. Oh, yeah, I can feel quite a bit actually. In fact, the lens might start to steam up. Let's see how things have come out. So obviously things like plates are shiny and clean, and much shinier and cleaner than they would be probably if you did it by yourself. This had egg caked on it. How's it come out? Well, it's got no egg on it. That's good. What about the frying pan? Yeah, you can see what I mean about water. I mean, obviously, because it's like that in there, it's just kind of going to get water settling in it, isn't it? Just get a tea towel and dry it. I mean, I'm not sure whether you're supposed to wash cafetières in here, but yeah, it's very clean, but it's got water up the side. Knives and forks are shiny and clean as well, although that's got a sort of watermark on it, but that's not a huge problem. This is not, so you're supposed to empty the bottom before you empty the top, because all the water runs out of the top things onto the bottom things, making them wet. Let's have a look if there's any liquid in there. There's a little drop of liquid settled in there, so again I would just dry that. Ooh, shiny and clean. Let's have a look at this. So I use rinse aid. Yeah, I mean, that's not bad, is it? It's got a little tiny mark there, but you know, whose eyesight's that good, really? It's very clean. I highly recommend Bosch dishwashers. They're extremely reliable, seem to be good at cleaning. They're a little bit more expensive than some of the cheaper models, and obviously you could probably go up to double, if not more, the price of this one if you wanted a really big one, or a super, maybe a Serie 6 if such a thing exists. But I think for 330 quid, which is about what I paid for this, and I will leave a link to it down below so you can check it out for yourself if you're interested. I think this represents excellent value, and when it breaks, which hopefully it won't for a long time, I will buy another one. And just quickly, there is a manufacturer's warranty of 2 years. Well, I've already had it 1 year. You know, those warranties are pretty worthless, really, because, I mean, is it going to break within 2 years? Anyway, time to empty this and get on with my day. Thank you to my loyal patrons who are scrolling down the screen now, especially George Foote, Jim McKay, Jennifer Jones, Samir Al-Amar and Rob Van Eden, who are extremely generous patrons. Thank you very much indeed. Do subscribe if you enjoy my videos. Click the bell icon so that you get reminded about my uploads and they don't just disappear into the ether. And before I go, this is quite an interesting point, and everyone would have clicked off now, but when you finish washing stuff, don't just shut it straight away. I leave it open actually for quite some time just to let it dry off, maybe a couple of hours, and then I never actually shut it fully. I just sort of leave it like that, just a little bit ajar, so that it doesn't end up stinking and, you know, you don't get moldy water settling in it. But that's just my advice. See you next time for another video.